Guys, Romie here. So I just wanted to let you know that this is my review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 10, Episode 13, Livin La Vida Loca. Now, the most important thing is I will be seeing Black Panther. It's 12:20 a.m. right now. So I'll be seeing Black Panther in like 10 hours or 10 or 9 hours. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I'm not seeing that in the afternoon because that means my afternoon will be done. I'm seeing that in the morning. I will have a very quick review or reaction to it afterwards. Of course, I'll be wearing black and gold. I'm not playing around. And this should be fun. And I live in a suburban area, so I'm not going to be... So I should be good. I should be good as far as being able to actually get a seat because it's Monday morning. You know, if it was like 12 or like 3 p.m., then forget about it. But anyway, the ladies, they show up in Barcelona, Spain, and they have the Bentley truck. I mean, the Bentley bus. So Cynthia's starting off good. I said, okay, so we have a little budget going on. We have a budget going on. That's what we start with, at least. Cynthia has her 50, what was it called? She has this list, this like bucket list, 50 cent bucket list. And it's a bunch of things like pinch a stranger's butt, do like some dance in public, do a couple other things. And I said, okay, that's cute. That's great. One of it was, pretend to be candy or something like that. And so then Nene was like, oh, well, you mean go and do... I said, stop it. Stop it. A mess. I am glad instantly that Kim is not there because I felt like Kim isn't in the right place with all of the ladies. It's interesting that Marlo's there, and it seems like they keep trying to bring her in, but there's just a disconnect. There's always a disconnect somewhere. But I thought it was interesting, again, that Kim wasn't there because we know Nene and Kim have this love-dislike relationship, and apparently that's how it is for a lot of ladies. Nene put it out there that, well, interesting that Kim can't go anywhere without her husband. But what's more interesting is the fact that Kim, I mean, with someone who's been through all the stuff that she's been through, I thought she'd be more grateful. I'm thinking, what? You know, someone who had cancer. Oh, wait, no, she actually didn't. Blood clots, open heart surgery. I'm like, oh my God, Nene. All right. We get exactly what you're saying, but this is doing a little bit too much. We get exactly what you're saying, but it's doing a little wee bit too much. Eva is doing the usual, I'm the new person in the group and I have no idea what's going on. Ha! I'm like, okay, Eva, as long as you understand that this is a group of women who have a lot of seeded history and just kind of maneuver through things while they have their beefs. Don't get caught up in it. That's the biggest thing when you're in a group. Don't get caught up in other people's drama. Just go and be that listening ear until you develop your own drama with them. Now, Cynthia, again, she continued it on right. I think it was her and Nene were supposed to plan this together. So they have a nice brunch. And I mean, the views were spectacular. So I said, okay. The food looked nice. I said, okay, this is something we can definitely work with. Now, you know, when it comes to food, everyone being around each other, there's always going to be some type of mess. I'm trying to figure out, though, when that whole thing came up about how, yes, we know Candy has explored, dipped her toe, dipped her whole foot, dipped her whole body in the lady pond, in the pool, in the river, in the valley. Anyway, I switched from that to Shmia says, let's get to know Eva. So now we're going to ask 20 questions. So yes, your husband, Michael, yes, he's running for governor of Atlanta, or no, mayor of Atlanta, and it was weird. It was definitely weird because Eva was like glowing and just saying all this nice positive stuff. But especially how she was like, her daughter only knows this man. Her daughter only knows Michael, because she didn't say Kevin McCall's name, but that's his name. Kevin McCall, who was the singer, who's her biological baby daddy. But that relationship is trash. We already know it's trash, so I guess we're going to go and just sweep, erase, don't care. Shamia had time today, and I'm trying to figure out why she had time today. Because Shamia decided, well, so how does Michael feel about you? Ooh, and, you and your experiences with women, or is your relationship open where you can do stuff with women if you want to? And I said, Shamia, do you want an invitation? What is that about? I was really trying to figure that out. What was that about? Because I don't get it. I'm trying to figure out where did that come from. I know it was a play on with what was going on with Candy, but it just still felt out of left field. So Eva was like, her and her husband in a committed relationship. Yes, she's done stuff with a girl or possibly girls before. So let's just move on. Now, Cynthia, I guess because it was like, oh, I need the attention on me a little bit. So she was like, well, don't worry, Candy. If you need another girl experience, I'm experienced with that myself. So, and they were like, oh, you're offering up your services? No, serviced. No, this is a Rolls Royce over here. You serviced. That's not what she said, but I'm like, all right, this is cool. Eva apologizes to Cynthia because Eva's like, I really wasn't trying to be messy. I just didn't want to come to the group and have some information and it come out that, oh, why didn't you say anything before? I'm trying to be in some shady, sneaky stuff. So Cynthia said, cool enough. Very cool enough. The issue is now Portia feels a certain way because Portia's just like, yeah, with me giving you that information. And Cynthia didn't receive it the same way that she received it from Portia. But we had to remember, and I'm glad that Cynthia even brought this up because I forgot. Cynthia and Portia have had a seed past. And when I say seed past, I mean Portia really was one of the people who were on the show spearheading that whole, let's get Peter out of here. And Portia definitely gave smoke and gave time to Peter in the sense where it's like, oh, well, him dipping his penis in the waitresses at Bar 1, I guess that's how he's paying them. I said, what? Him around here on Peter Street going and doing this and doing that. Cynthia definitely had to deal with Portia being the ringleader for that for a moment. Even though a lot of people were saying that, the whole thing is Portia being a cast member started to spearhead that. So Cynthia was just like, look, I can't take anything. I mean, I can't take a whole lot of what Portia says to heart too much because we just don't have that type of good relationship. And I'm thinking that's fair. I'm thinking that's really fair. But the whole time, I'm also thinking it's deflecting. The main part is that Cynthia believes Will. She believes what Will said. She believes that Will at this point isn't dating. So that's all that actually matters. That really is all that matters. And when I say dating, me, he's not in a committed relationship and also trying to get something on the side. That's all that matters. So I don't care. I don't care. Marlo's hungry again. No, Marlo was full, but then she was talking about what's for dinner. I said, Marlo, come on now. So they're doing sightseeing. Portia was a little quiet because she felt a little vexed. They went and they were doing sightseeing. I was like, oh, wow, beautiful. Just very beautiful. But the church that they wanted to go to that was still under construction, it was closed. So I said, Cynthia. I said Cynthia. Cynthia. All right. So that's fine. It's fine. It's okay. They're going to go back to the hotel. There was a nice little dance setup with this, these dancing partners. Well, did I really just skip past the fact that Shamia did a spiritual dance? I was looking at her like, okay, if that's what you want to call it, I'm going to have to take your word for it. But when they get to the hotel, there was this nice, it was cute. It was like, oh God, I'm going to be stereotypical because I don't have the words to articulate what it looked like. So it looked like if you've ever signed up for a salsa class and you see that like expert couple who's not even necessarily the instructors and they're all in the get up and they're just, you know, killing it. So that's what that was like. So they get to the villa. It definitely just looked, the outside looked very nice. Now, here's the thing. The inside looked very nice. It actually looked very traditional. Now, it looked very traditional. It didn't look like it was one of those, like, it looked upscale, but it didn't look like, okay, this is clearly for people, for tourists. It looked like it was a really like a renovated building because it still had the smaller like hallways and staircases and just general stylings and certain decorum and you know, traditional setup that you see over there or that, you know, we've seen over there. And so I liked it. I thought it was cool. I definitely felt like if this was Jersey Shore and they went and stayed something like that, they would say like, oh my God, this is so fancy. But no, I thought it was nice. And it was traditional. Now, when you compare it to other trips, does it compare as equally? No. But the thing is, you have to think culturally. It actually made sense. So when I'm looking at these ladies and they spent 10 minutes, I said, this can't be serious right now. It took them 10 minutes to go and figure out where they wanted to go and sleep. Because this is the group that they're in. This is the silly, petty stuff. And I say silly, petty stuff because it was fun. It was cute. Everyone running up and down the stairs. Sheree ended up in the basement. Nene and Cynthia ended up in the middle. And Candy and Shamia end up at the top. Here's the thing. We know Candy, when it comes to this whole room game, doesn't play fair. She does not care. She is the queen of, let me find the best room and claim it. I don't care if this is your trip or not. If the rooms aren't assigned, then all's fair in love and war. Which is true. All's fair in love and war. Good love and war. But if it was me, I'm the type where I don't care. Really, for the most part, easy to please. So I would have been like, look, you want this room? Take it. I don't care. I don't care. All these rooms are at least okay. So it's not like you're sending me outside to go and sleep in the bushes. I don't care. But I'm fine with Candy being like, we did this fair and square. We went in and it was pick a room. Figure out the side. So that's what I did. Nene wanted to go and have a meeting with everyone. Say, well, you know, the elders and the people who, and the people who plan the trip, we should get top billing, as in the top rooms with the suite. And I'm thinking, in theory, that is right. But that's when you go and say, look, these rooms up here, they're reserved. That's the things that you check out. I'm thinking, so Nene, when Cynthia said she wanted to bring you on this to help plan, you didn't plan to make sure you had the best room? Or that room was automatically yours because you planned the trip? I would have been like, here's it. Since I planned the trip, this room and that room is reserved for X, Y, and Z. This room and that room is reserved for X, Y, and Z. If you want to switch, that's no problem. One room that's not switching is that one because that's mine or this is someone else and they deserve it or whatever. But so that's why I'm just looking at this like, this is dumb. This is dumb. This is petty. We already know the group that we're in. So now everyone's getting ready, but Nene was still irked and irritated. Marlo wanted to make sure that Cynthia understood that we're not trying to attack you. We just wanted to go and let you know this is what we heard. We don't want you, and we don't want you to be on the defense for this all the time. Why? Oh. Nene was, her feelings were hurt, her ego was bruised regarding Candy, and so she wanted to get Cynthia and Marlo on her side regarding the whole, oh, you just go with whatever Nene says. If Nene says you two deserve a room, then you two deserve a room. Is that water running? Why does it sound like water's running? Let's figure that out. Anyway. But while that's happening, we see that Shamia and Portia and I believe Sheree as well, they went and they called Kim. Why'd they call Kim? Because contractual obligation. So they called her and said, man, if you saw this place, then you will have walked out. You will have gotten a separate hotel because, oh, this place definitely isn't. I'm thinking, what's wrong with the place? What's wrong with the place? Like, what's really wrong with the place? Could they have found a nicer, just like bigger and maybe more updated? Yeah, absolutely. But they didn't. And you're there in Barcelona, Spain. Get over it. Sidebar, look at Sheree finally upgrading her phone. I see her. She has a note. And that looked like the note. Sheree, so it might be a 7. We would hope that it would be the 8, but just timing-wise, it may have been the 7. Actually, timing-wise, it could have been the 8. She could be up to code. She could be. Anyway, Portia brings up the fact that, oh, wait, something was brought up about you, and actually, it's pretty personal, so I don't think that I should bring it up. I said, now, Portia, really? Really? So then that's when she let me know that, well, I didn't know that you went through cancer. Some people in my family, they went through cancer as well. And so I didn't. And Kim saying, what? Remember, years ago, when Kim was like, she thought she had cancer because the doctor told her she could possibly had cancer, but then it turned out she didn't have cancer. And we were all like, okay, congratulations to you. So then that's when Kim went off. Kim was like, oh, well, this is the same person that parked her rented Rolls Royce, in a handicapped spot, and how this is the same person that had roaches in her house, and that me and Brielle, we have the video, and when we saw it, I said, no, Brielle saw a water bug, and you told her to chill out, but then you went and took that video and spread it around clearly when Nene said what she said about you. And so that's what really happened. So now we see Marlo, she wanted to set up the dinner. So she had a crown for Kenya. I said, okay, haha, playing off the whole pageant thing, but that was cute. And a wig, a synthetic blonde wig for Kim. I said, okay. Kim shouldn't have come back on the show. She shouldn't have. I was joking when I said last year, oh yeah, Kim needs to come back. Why would Kim shouldn't be on this show? We all know that. So now we see that Cynthia has to go and let Candy know Nene felt a certain way about the rooming situation, how it was handled, and Candy still had this whole, I don't care. I still don't care. It was the whole, it was because the elders comment. That's why I missed before. I knew it was something. How it's like, well, you're supposed to respect your elders. Or the elders supposed to be the ones that get the room. And it was like the seasoned, the veterans, mostly, whatever comment it was. Whatever comment it was. I feel like Nene did say elders. And I'm trying to figure out why. And now she's heard about hearing the word elders because it's coming from someone. Oh, I don't care. So moving on from that. Oh, Marlo told Candy that she needed to take an etiquette class. I'm thinking, now we're getting to the petty stuff. Ring, 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 ring. Everyone's phones start going off. They start going off because Kim sent, now they said text. Now, mind you, I'm thinking, So this is how it all happened. Kim felt a certain way about what Portia said, and in retaliation went and put this stuff out about Nene in her house. And Nene was just like, how is that disgusting? Whatever, whatever. First of all, Kenny said, and that's why Kim has been invited back to my house, because I know how she is when it comes to other people's houses and some of the mess that she tries to sling. Nene wasn't having it, though. Nene wasn't having it, though. Because Nene was like, my house, everything in there is brand new. She was over it. She didn't want it. I mean, that hurt her feel. That is disrespectful when you come for someone's domicile. So Nene said, look, everything in my house is new, is paid for. I said, ooh. She coming out, she's throwing shots. She can't be going to Candy. She can't be going to Candy or Cynthia, because Cynthia's house was furnished when it went in. She may have a mortgage on that, but who cares? May. Anyway. Why she said Kim have worms. Nene said Kim has worms. My house may have bugs. Kim has worms. It's like, Riel needs a spanking. My house is new. What else? Oh yeah, the whole handicap thing. No, she said, I had someone with me who was handicapped. Yes, you saw me in the Rolls Royce. Yes, sure did.
So I see you, the shade, talking roaches, dirty. Now we down below the belt.
I think she got mad because she thought you were making fun for her. When you said she's the only person that's...
So Sheree brought back up the fact that Kim's may be mad because you brought up her health. And Nene was just like, I said what I said. A water bug came from my pool. Y'all don't even have pools. You slept with married men, women, you name it, to try and get to where you are now. And I didn't have to do any of that. Whew, that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. When's the show going to be over?